За широкою брамою гуляє козак весілля. Три дуки наліво, три дуки направо.
Greetings, this is Spec Ops 56 and my fellow reviewer, all-around good guy and faithful Indian companion John Toe behind the camera. And we're coming to you with a different kind of wine review. I'm calling this my celebration wine review, Probate Special. And what we're going to be reviewing is a Ukrainian port wine. Now, there's a story behind this, and just so you know, this is going to be a little bit longer than our usual review because I've got a lot of information that I have to give you. First of all, a lot of you subscribers may know that last year my sister-in-law died suddenly, and she lived in North Carolina, and I was appointed the administrator of her estate. So which is why I've not been able to get out much content over the last year. But I had to do a lot of traveling, you know, from South Carolina to North Carolina where she lived. And I'm calling this celebration wine review because finally closed out the probate last month. This bottle of Ukrainian wine is one that my sister-in-law had. She, back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, she did a lot of missionary trips overseas. Most of them seemed to be to places like the Ukraine, Serbia, that sort of thing. And while she was not a drinker of alcohol, she did like to collect souvenirs. And I suspect this is what this was. Now, I'm going to give you every bit of information that I have on this bottle of Ukrainian wine. And what I had to do was use Google Translate to try to translate all the labels on here and figure out exactly what this is. Now, there's a few things that I've not been able to pin down, and that is that there is a date code on this wine, but I'm not sure if that's the born-on date or the expiration date or something totally different. But I'll get to that in a minute. First, what this is this, and also I'm going to give you the important points that I was able to make out from the translation, and then I'm going to read to you the things that Google Translate came up with on all the different labels on here. And yeah, anyway. Okay, so this is the Odessa Steppe Primorsky port. It's a port wine. Now, Odessa is one of the wine making regions of the Ukraine. Apparently they have several. And the Odessa region is apparently known for their red grapes. And so that's where this one comes from. Now, the alcohol by volume on this one is 17%. Okay, now, there is a date code on this. And the date code is 10/06/02. Now, using the European method, their code is month, day, and year. So that makes this 10th of June 2002. Here's where the problem comes in. I don't know what that date means. I looked up the law, the Ukrainian law, that governs what has to go on these labels. And according to it, that date could either be the expiration date or it could be the born-on date. So, if it's the expiration date, that means that this is 21 years past its expiration date. If it's the born-on date, then it means this is 21 years old. However, here comes the really unusual part. On the rear labeling is a mention back there of the 40th anniversary of victory. Now that's referring to the 40th anniversary of the World War II victory, which Russia and all its client states, they celebrate. Well, the 40th anniversary of the World War II victory was May of 1985. So that makes things a little more confusing. I don't know if this was done up in that year. If it is, then that means that this is a 37-year-old red wine. Or it might be a 37-year-old red wine vinegar. I don't know yet. We're going to find out. So that's the best I can do as far as the date and how old it is. Now, I am going to read to you a few of the other things that Google translated on different labels. And if any of you have ever used Google Translate before, and especially with a more difficult language like Ukrainian, it's not real consistent. So it'll translate it as one thing, and then the next time you look at it, it's switched to something else. Well, I'm going to do the best I can to let you know what things are on here. On this, right here, that word is apparently S pink. I have no idea what that means. And, you know, this is Primorsky port and port wine. It's a port wine. Okay. Then below that it says Classic Collection. And here's another one of those odd Google translations. It says Bone of Amnesty 7% volume, which I'm assuming is the alcohol by volume. Sugar 6% by weight, I guess. And it says amino high quality. What can I say? Okay. Now we come back, and on this one, just above that little logo thing, it translates by Google as Mary Shares. I think that's a tax stamp. Okay, because on the rear of this one, it says alcohol, and then above the little logo it says excise MAPCA. I'm only assuming that's excise tax. So now we get to this one. Now, I'm not going to point it all out, but going from top to bottom, we have Odessa Steppe port wine Primorsky. I'm assuming Primorsky is the name of the winery that made it. And it says it is made, let's see, yeah, here we go. Made according to ancient recipes of elite port wines from selected grapes of red European varieties, collected in the unique climatic zone Velvet. A true revival of the columnar glory of wine, which begins its lineage from the Portuguese Porto. Okay. Now, let's see what else we got here. Now, then below that, ruby color. The aroma is bright, saturated with 3 tones of aging. The real taste of elite classic port wine. Best serving temperature 16 to 18 degrees centigrade. Well, I'm an American. I have no idea what that temperature is. So I put it in the refrigerator and it's cold, and that's how we're going to do it. And 100 goes well with dishes, from meat and vegetables, pastes and cheeses. And this is where it gets really, really odd. A Yamas mood and improves tone. Produced at the Tyrov winery of the NVP. And then some other stuff. And then it says expiration date, but there is no date where it says expiration date. It says expiration date according to GSTU 202.002-96, which is the law that governs what goes on these labels. It says Ukraine, Odessa, and this is where it says 40th anniversary of victory. And then it gives the phone number in case y'all wanted to call the winery and find out more. So, actually, there is a website that I have put the link in the description box where you can go and find out more information about Ukrainian wines and Ukrainian wine history and all of that, which is kind of interesting. So I put that in there. All right. So, and also, just to let you know, all that I read off, I'm going to post the pictures of the Google translation off the bottles at the end of the video. So if y'all want to look at that for yourselves, you can do so. All right, now it's time to get down to it. Let's see. I can get this thing. Man, that thing's really on there. Okay, come on. Okay. Time to get a knife. Okay. Yeah, they really sealed this thing up. Well, maybe it won't be won't have gone bad as well as this thing is sealed. One for the blooper reel. Okay, I'm back from answering the phone. I completely forgot where I was, so we're just going to start out like this. I was in the process of trying to open this thing, and I think I was saying that maybe with it as sealed up as well as it is here, maybe it won't turn out to be vinegar. They really sealed this thing up. I mean, there's plastic over metal, over the foil. Mm-hmm. And that's making it really tough. I suppose I could always fast forward through this, but where's the fun in that?
That's right.
We're getting there. They sure didn't mean for this to come open by accident. That's for sure. Getting there. I think I got enough of it off of there. Now let's see how hard it is to get the cork out. Try to get that centered. Yeah. All right. Well, it doesn't smell like vinegar.
That's a good thing.
Hopefully it won't taste like vinegar. Okay. Alright, get you over here. Ooh, this thing is blood red. I don't know if it was that way originally or if this is from age. But it is a dark
It is dark and pretty.
blood red. It's a little bit more. Yep, you can see it's just.
Got it.
Yep. All right, come on over.
I'll be right over there.
I can say I've never had Ukrainian wine, and probably no one else will for quite a while, considering what's going on over there right now. So I'm sorry, you probably won't be able to. Even if this is the best wine we ever had, you're probably not going to be able to get one.
No. Wow.
Smells like a dark cherry
Mm-hmm. Very dark.
with a little grape.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Mm-mm.
Dark cherry, dark sweet cherry, followed by a touch of dryness,
And then the alcohol.
and then a touch of the alcohol.
Yeah, that's exactly what I get.
Yeah, I think 17% is fairly high for wine.
But I believe it
But
is.
I am very surprised because at the very least it's 21 years old,
Mm-hmm.
you know, since it was made, or at least since it was bought. And might possibly up to 37 years old. I'd be curious to know what it tasted like when it was new.
Yeah.
But
This is really good.
I'll be honest in that it's better than I was expecting it to be, considering. And I think this is about the darkest, most blood red wine I've ever seen. This would be a perfect wine for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Dress up in your Dracula costume and
Run around drinking
have
this.
some of these. It says, yeah, no kidding. Wow, this is like I said, this is a surprise. I really wasn't expecting it to be good.
It's very flavorful.
It is. There's a lot of flavor here. There's not a lot of complexity, but there's a lot of flavor. Like I said, the dark cherry, grape,
Yeah.
sweet flavor definitely comes through.
Wow.
I have to say, the Ukrainians made some pretty good wine,
Yes. Without a doubt.
and it definitely has a little kick to it.
It's different from what we're used to.
It sure is. But I like the fact that it is sweet.
Mm-hmm. Not real dry. It's just a
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah, it's just a hint of dryness there at the end, and then the last thing is the little bit of alcohol burn. But by the second or third swallow, you
You don't
don't
care.
really get. You don't have well that too, but you don't really get the alcohol burn.
No, you don't. You get more of the cherry grape flavor. Pretty doggone good.
I gotta say, it's more dark cherry
Mm-hmm.
flavor than it is grape flavor to me. So,
What's your opinion of it? How many?
I have to give it 2 of these.
I'm gonna do the same.
It really is good.
This is one of the better ones I think we've
I
tried.
am really surprised. wasn't what I was expecting at all.
No, it was a surprise.
I mean, I was half expecting red wine vinegar,
Yeah,
or I was expecting just a bland,
run of the mill.
not much flavor due to its age. And I have no idea what kind of conditions it was stored in.
Yeah,
I'm sure it wasn't. I know it wasn't in a wine cellar because
No.
my sister-in-law didn't have that. She might have stored it in her. I think she might have stored it in her refrigerator. I think that's where I found it, but who knows? At any rate, it didn't seem to have suffered any from age.
no,
I still would like to know just how old it actually is. Just what that date on it is for. If it's for when it was made, expiration date,
yeah,
or was that the expiration date from 1985?
right.
Or is
Either way, it's good.
I just don't know.
Maybe somebody that'll see this will put some words in.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. Like I said, I will be putting up pictures of the translations of the labels, and I'm hoping that somebody who knows more about this stuff, maybe even someone of Ukrainian descent or something, would let me know in the comments below what that date refers to, and does the fact that it says on the back of it refers to the date of victory, does that have anything to do with the age of the wine?
Right.
I don't know. Was this a special release for that year or what? I just do not know. But at any rate, this was a special celebration of the end of the probate of my sister-in-law. This belonged to her, and I thought it was appropriate for that reason that we save this for this particular review. And miss her, but I think she would have approved of this.
Mm-hmm.
And so until then, John?
That's it. I'm good to go on this one. We've covered this one very well.
Well, you need to.
It's lived up to everything that you spoke about it.
Okay.
It's really flavorful. If you could get some, I would get it. All right. I'm giving it 2 also.
Outstanding. That's it. I'm going to try to get some more content up as soon as I can. Till then, this is Spec Ops 56 and my good friend John saying cheers.
Cheers.